Today's lesson is topic writing, writing about hypothetical situations. Hi, everybody. My name is Roger.
And I'm Hanny.
And it's our topic writing unit for the month of April. And today we're going to write about hypothetical situations, or a hypothetical situation. That just means you're imagining a situation in the future and you're going to guess or write some ideas about what it might be in the future. Today's hypothetical situation is kind of radical. What if we got rid of social media, or what if we refused to use it? Heaven forbid we do that, but still that is a radical idea. Not a lot of people would be able to do that.
好，我们这个月主题是写作呢，是要来练习假设法的写作 hypothetical writing。 那我们先补充一下 hypothesis 这个名词就表示假设、假说。那我们这边是用到形容词 hypothetical， 就是形容假设的或者是假定的。好，那我们在撰写这种运用假设法的作文时，要特别注意与现在事实相反或者是与过去事实相反的假设法句法。那我们今天要练习的题目就是要问问同学们是否曾经想过，要是没有社群媒体，我们的生活会有什么不同呢？好，那我们现在要准备进入练习。那我们在练习写这篇作文的时候呢，注意我们的第一段呢就会描述社群媒体是如何影响着我们。那么第二段呢会去说明，若是没有社群媒体，你的生活将会有什么改变。好，那我们现在就开始练习吧。
Okay, here's the first part. This is what we will write. Since we've grown up in the digital age, in which social media plays a prominent role, social media has inevitably had profound effects on how we live. So this paragraph introduces us to the topic. We're talking about social media. And yes, indeed, we've all grown up in the digital age. We've all had access to the internet. And of course, in the digital age, social media plays an important role, a prominent role. And so therefore, social media has profound effects on how we live. We cannot live without it. If we don't have social media, we will suffer greatly.
好，那我们现在第一段呢，就是要说明社群媒体的重要性及对人的影响。那我们就要先说明这个社群媒体所扮演的角色。那我们来看到课文范例，他一开始写说，由于我们生长在数位时代，然后他后面还用一个关系子句 in which social media plays a prominent role， 就是表达说在这数位时代里啊，社群媒体扮演重要角色。然后他就说啦，社群媒体是无可避免的对我们生活方式产生深远的影响，用这样来当做开头，要引出我们接下来要讲这个社群媒体对我们的影响，这样子。好，换我们练习写写看呢，你也可以引用相关的研究啊、统计数据。举例来说，根据数据显示，全球社群媒体的用户47亿人。那如果你还有更详细的数据，也许还可以提到说，每个用户平均或通常一天会花多少时间在社群媒体上，用来凸显出这个社群媒体的重要性对我们的影响力。那我们请 Roger 老师帮我们讲讲看，这个换你写写看可以怎么说。
Yep, this is how you may write an introduction to this topic. According to statistics, there are 4.7 billion social media users worldwide, and a typical user spends almost 2.5 hours every day using social media. This is a clear sign of the huge impact social media has on our lives.
好，那我们接着继续要来看看课文范例，他要举例说明这个社群媒体对人的影响。我们来看看他怎么说。
Okay, here's what we're going to say. For example, it has changed the way people socialize. Nowadays, we get acquainted via social media with people we might never see in the flesh, and thus we can easily be misled by the superficial appeal that social media profiles strive to create in order to receive more attention. Oh my goodness, this is a very long sentence here, long paragraph, but we're giving an example here. The example is social media has changed the way we socialize, which means it's changed the way we interact with other people. Nowadays, in modern times, we meet people, we get acquainted via social media, and these are people we might not ever actually see in the flesh or for real in person, and therefore we can be misled quite easily by that superficial appeal. Their profiles, of course, are going to put them in the best light. It's going to be their best picture. They're going to list their greatest accomplishments. They're certainly not going to show you them after they've gotten up in the morning, or they're going to tell you all the nasty things they've done in their life. They're going to put their best foot forward.
好，那我们来看看课文范例，他来举例说明。他说，例如社群媒体啊，它改变了人们社交的方式。那如今我们透过社群媒体认识了我们可能从来没有见过面的人，因此呢，就很容易被那个表面，就是他是可能对方是为了要吸引更多关注而努力创造那种表面形象，那我们可能就会被这个吸引所误导。也许有的人他是完全把它经营出来，他的生活完全不是那个样子，让你觉得哇，这个人生活好美好，然后他长怎么那么完美这样子。所以有时候我们就会被这个他说的这个 the superficial appeal， 就是那种表面吸引力去误导了。那我们这边用到 be misled 去表达被误导的意思。好，那我们来看看换你写写看。很多人啊，只会在平台上面分享好的事情，但那并不是他们人生的全貌。如果你因此而产生比较心态，出现那种妒忌的心态啊，或者是迷惘等等的负面情绪，那就会影响到心理健康咯。那我们要举例说明社群媒体对人的影响，也许就可以从心理健康逐渐被侵蚀的这个角度切入。好，那我们来看看换你写写看可以怎么说呢 Roger 老师。
Okay, this is what you might write. However, lots of people are not aware that their mental health is gradually being eroded by the seemingly glamorous lives of the influencers they see on social media. Seeking similar attention, some people devote tons of energy to uploading photos, writing posts, and responding to posts from their friends. So yes, indeed, we want to look really good. We want to put our best foot forward, so we spend lots of emotional time and mental energy getting those right photos, finding the photo that makes us look really nice, those photos taken with the right light, and we're going to write posts that are really funny. They're going to be clever. Of course, we take a lot of time to think of a clever thing to say. And this all happens when we respond to posts from our friends. We don't just say silly, dumb things that'll make us look stupid. We want to look really smart and really cool.
没错，大家都希望在自己的页面上看到都是很棒很美好的事情。好，那我们来看看要进入第二段的话，我们就要来说明如果没有社群媒体，你的生活可能会有哪些改变。那根据你前一段的方向去表达你对社群媒体的看法。像我们课文范例，它主要就是说改变了这个社交的方式嘛。那我们来看看课文范例怎么说。
Okay, here's what we're going to say. As a result of all this, I can't help but think, or I have to think, that it might not be a bad thing if there were no social media anymore. Ooh, what a radical idea. This, of course, is guessing about the future. It's a hypothetical situation. Indeed, maybe our lives would improve if there weren't any social media anymore. We didn't have social media years ago and we got by pretty fine. So yeah, what if we didn't have it anymore in the future? Maybe that's not such a bad thing.
好，我们来看看课文范例，它是提到说 as a result 就是所以因此，我不禁认为如果再也没有社群媒体或许不是一件坏事。那如果再也没有社群媒体，这是跟现在事实相反的部分，所以你看到它其实已经开始用 if 去引导跟现在事实相反的假设句了，所以这时候我们就会在 if 这个子句里面使用过去式动词，或者是搭配 be 动词 were， 然后呢你的主要子句你就会用 could, would, might, should 等等的这种过去式助动词再搭配动词。所以他就说呢，在这个 that 子句他说 It might not be a bad thing if there were no social media anymore。 你就想说 social media 不是单数吗？为什么用 were？ 因为这是固定用法哦。好，那现在换我们写写看，你也可以去表达说社群媒体就是大量消耗我们的心力啊时间，你也可以说它就是大量消耗我们的资源，对不对？所以我认为没有它我们可能会更好。那我们可以用到一个用法是 a drain on something， 它可以表达是对什么造成负担，大量消耗，或者是指什么像你的财富啊逐渐流光那种，这个名词它就可以指大量消耗意思。所以你就可以说这个 is a huge drain on our resources， 就是说它对我们的这个资源，像我们的时间心力啊等等是一个大量的消耗。好，再来呢，我们要表达说没有它我们会更好。 其实你就可以用到 better off 这个用法，它其实是 well off 的比较级，去描述说状况更好，情况好转，你就可以说 better off with something， 有什么会更好，或者是 better off without something， 没有什么会更好这样子。好，那我们请 Roger 老师来告诉我们说，换你写写看可以怎么讲。
Here's how you might write it. In other words, social media is a huge drain on our resources, so I think we might be better off without it. So in other words, putting it in a different way, social media is a huge drain on our resources. It's bad for our eyes. We keep staring at those screens. We're going to become cross-eyed. And because we're bending over all the time, we're going to get bad necks and bad backs, and we're going to really suffer when we're older. So yes, because of these things, it probably might be true that we would be better off without social media. That's pretty a tall order there for people to give up their social media, but it is a genuine suggestion.
对，没错耶，除了这种心理精神上的影响啊，其实对生理也是有影响的。我们这些如果当低头族，对颈椎是有不好的影响，对不对？Good point。好，那我们再来看看呢，我们要去想象没有社群媒体，你的生活可能会有什么样的变化。那我们看看课文范例怎么说。
Okay, here's what we say ourselves. Without social media, I might get to know people around me in a genuine way rather than based on how they portray themselves online. So if we don't have social media, we'll have to meet face-to-face and meet people in a genuine way. Hello, how are you? We'll shake hands. We'll look at each other's expressions. We'll talk. We'll laugh. And we'll not be worried too much about how we look online. And then the article goes on to say, I could truly communicate with people, and better yet, I wouldn't need to constantly photograph and upload everything to social media just to get likes and comments. Yes, I wouldn't have to worry about that stuff anymore. I could just enjoy myself and live in the moment. And that would improve my time management because I wouldn't have to spend hours scrolling through feeds. Indeed, imagine what you could accomplish if you weren't such a slave to your screen.
好，那我们来看看这边课文范例，他是提到说，如果没有社群媒体，我或许会以真挚的方式，而不是根据他们在网络上如何描述自己来认识身边的人，也就是用我们这种最古老、最真诚的方式去跟人家互动，对，而不是去看对方的网络经营出来的形象。好，那因为我们在想象没有社群媒体，一样会用到假设法，像这边他就用到 without。名词，然后去搭配假设法的主要子句，你就是用 without 名词逗号，然后主词去加上 could, would, might 或是 should 等等，再加原形动词。所以他说 without social media, I might 怎么样怎么样。好，那课文范例又继续说明说，没有社群媒体的话会有什么样的变化。那像是他这边就用到 I could 怎么样 I wouldn't need to 怎么样怎么样，就是我就可以怎么样，我就不需要怎么样，那就会怎么样，我就不会怎么样什么的。所以我重点只是要讲说啊，他这边接下来是想象那个情况，我们都要用这种过去式助动词去表达，可能用 would, could 等等。好，那换你写写看，我们其实也可以去想象，我们刚刚在讲到说花好多时间在手机上，对不对？那我们就可以去想象说，要是我们没有一直盯着手机看，想想看那些时间可以用来做多少事情啊，可以多花点时间去散步运动，骑脚踏车，享受大自然等等。那我们花在那些你随意的贴文上，你在那边就是乱滑乱看人家贴文，你还不如拿这时间来看真正的文学作品，或是看其他更有意义的事情，对不对？好，那我们这边可以用到一个东西叫做 be glued to something， 字面意思是粘在某事物上，那它可以表达完全被什么吸引，就是目不转睛的盯着什么看，所以 be glued to the TV 就是眼睛一直盯着电视看。那我们现在是盯着手机荧幕来看。好，那我们现在要请 Roger 老师告诉我们，换你写写看可以怎么写。
And here's what you might write. Just think of all the other things we'd have more time for if we weren't glued to our phones. We could spend more time taking walks, playing sports, riding bikes, and enjoying nature. And all that time we spend reading random posts could be spent reading actual literature. In addition, my mental health would benefit since I wouldn't have to compare myself to others online, and I'd have more time to sleep. So again, this is a hypothetical situation, and these are some things that might happen if we don't have social media. Indeed, we could take walks, play sports, interact with other people. We could actually read books instead of just short little posts. And also our health would benefit as well as our physical health. We wouldn't go around looking like turtles all the time because because we're staring at our phones so much, and we probably might get better sleep.
好，那课文范例就提到说，此外，我的心理健康也会有帮助，不用在网络上面跟人家比较，你也会有更多时间睡觉，对。好，那换你写写看的部分，我们也可以，例如说，他用 in addition， 那我们可以用 what's more 或是其他的副词去表达此外怎么样怎么样。那我们就可以写说，我们可以在真实生活中跟家人朋友有那种更有意义啊、更密切的联系，而不是只是在网络上互动而已。那我们就用 interact 这个动词去表达互动。好，那我们接着请 Roger 老师告诉我们，换你写写看可以怎么说。
And here's what you might write. What's more, instead of interacting online, we can make deeper and more meaningful connections with our friends and family in real life. Indeed, that's the way things were before, say, around 1995 or so, when the internet came around. Before that, yes, we enjoyed each other's company.
好，那最后我们要做结论咯。那我们要做结论可以用 in conclusion 去表达总之，或者是你也可以用 simply put 去表达简而言之。那你就是做结论要跟前后呼应，就是表达你认为没有这个东西会不会更好，那你这边是要一致的态度，不可以前面说好后面说不好，或者是前面不好后面好。那我们就来看看课文翻译还有我们这个换你写写看都可以怎么去表达这个最后做结论的方式。
And here's what we might say. In conclusion, if there were no social media, life would be better. And here's what you might say. Simply put, to put it simply, I think that without social media, we could truly experience and interact with the world. Good luck with that. Okay, so let's take a look at our sample essay. It's entitled A World Without Social Media. And of course, when you open your smartphone, there are multiple or many social media apps that you need to check out. And of course, social media plays an important or prominent role in our lives. And inevitably, this media has had profound effects on how we live. It's changed the way we socialize, how we interact with other people, and we actually get acquainted with other people using social media. And we never really get to see each other in person or in the flesh, or at least not as often. So we may be misled, we may be fooled by the superficial appeal that those profiles strive to create, that they want to create for us to see, and they want, of course, to receive more attention.
好，我们看到第二个段落，他有提到说，我们透过社群媒体认识我们可能从未见过面的人。那他用 with people we might never see in the flesh。好，那这边我们说 see somebody in the flesh， 或者是 meet somebody in the flesh， 就是当面见到某人。这个 flesh 它可以指肉或是肉体，那么 in the flesh 就可以表达本人亲自。那这就是相较于在电视上啊、影片或是图片上而言，用来指说是活生生的那种见到本人的那种意思哦。
Okay, moving on to the next paragraph, it says, as a result, I can't help but think, I have to think, there's no way I can't think that it might not be a bad thing, it might be a good thing, that we shouldn't have social media anymore, and without it, we would get to know people in a genuine way instead of seeing how they portray or show themselves online. I could communicate with people, and better still, or better yet, I wouldn't need to worry about my own pictures and uploading all this stuff to social media all the time and worrying about those likes and comments, and that would improve my life and my time management because I wouldn't have to spend all that time scrolling or swiping those screens through those feeds or all those sources of information, and also my mental and physical health would benefit. I wouldn't have to compare myself to others all the time. I could sleep better, and without social media, maybe life would be better.
好，那我们看一下这边有一个片语是 better yet， 它其实就跟 better still 或者是 even better 差不多，就是表达更好的是怎么样怎么样。那另外我们补充一下，我们说这个你在滑那个动态页面的时候，这个滑的动作你可以用 scroll， 就是滚动的意思，那它就可以表达在荧幕上滚动。然后我们说 scrolling through feeds， 这个 feeds 这边呢 feed 是当可数名词，它就是尤其是指那种脸书上的动态消息哦。
Thank you, Hanny, and that brings us to the end of our hypothetical situation of going without social media. In this month's topic writing, we hope you learned a thing or two about this topic, and you might write a similar essay yourself if you agree with this hypothesis. And that brings us to the end of our program for the month of April. From all of us here at All+ Interactive English, I'm Roger.
And I'm Hanny.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.